Hello everyone, today we're here to have a look at the Town Watch set and the Torture Chamber set. Now, they don't necessarily go together, but I've been just doing these sets as sort of pairs because on their own, maybe they're not enough to cover. So let's jump into the Town Watch set first. Now, first of all, this really shouldn't be called Town Watch. Yes, you have sort of people you'd find in and around the town, but this really is a blacksmith set and then a load of minis. And I'm not quite sure why it wasn't called the blacksmith set, to be honest. The big important thing from this one is you have the forge itself. You have the forge and the forge glowing rocks. They are called the coal piece. Now that coal piece has a little button on the bottom, and when you press it, it turns it on so the coals actually glow. And that then just sort of drops and sort of sits in the forge itself. Now if you tap that button more than once, and sometimes you have to sort of give it a weird poke and sometimes tap it 2 or 3 times for it to register. But when you hit that little button, you can make it do the sort of thing that a lot of the WizKids sort of torches and stuff do. The first press is on, the second press and the third press are kind of like fading in and out. One's just sort of pulsing a bit, the other one's fully on, fully off, and then the next time it turns it off. That's the key thing here in this set. That's really what you're getting this for. You've got then, with it, you've got the blacksmiths, you've got the female blacksmith and the male blacksmith in this one. As well as like a stump, an anvil, a load of tongs and stuff. So basically, and there's even like a small like stand with armour on it. So it really is almost, that's what you need for a small blacksmith store. Then you get to all the rest. Basically you get things like a thief, piratey sort of people, an actor and some other bits. They're good, but they don't fit the Town Watch theme, and they don't really fit the blacksmith sort of half of this box either. I really like the blacksmith's forge in that area because you can easily make that a shop in any town or city your players come across. The rest, yes, they're good minis without bases. They come with like the little thing, sort of kind of, is it skateboard? I don't know, where they kind of stand up. But they don't have like clear or black bases to properly stand up. And yeah, they're good for crowds and that, but that is about it. I'm really 50-50 on the Town Watch set, because if it was sort of half the value, half the cost, half the contents in terms of the blacksmith stuff, it's a great set. With the other half, it's kind of like, okay, let's go off on this tangent and not so good. Moving on, however, to the Torture Chamber. Now this is, bar dungeon dressings, which was like the very first one they announced, even the Tavern and Kitchen set, which I recently reviewed, this, however, I think is the best expansion pack for accessories. Now, why is that? Because you've got so many bits of torture equipment in this. You've got like a swinging axe. You've got actual cages that you can take off their base. You've got hanging cages as well, and loads of different bits of like stretching but generally nasty looking torture equipment. And you can use those over and over again to just litter the sides of dungeons. And I think they will bring theme, they will bring like nasty feeling of this isn't a dungeon we want to be in to lots of places. Now the odd thing in this one is that there is, what is it, a golden or is it bronze? A brazen bull. It's kind of goldy in colour, and it's very odd in terms of, it's a cool, unique thing. It's got like a bit you can take off its back and actually, like, you know, have a hidden compartment there. But it's one of those pieces that you could only use once or twice, because then everyone's seen it, and it's kind of the first time you'd see it, or the first couple of times you'd see it, it'd be like, oh, that's cool and interesting, and then after that it'd be like, hang on, why is there a golden bull in every dungeon we come across? And it would just kind of spoil the maybe immersion or anything. So great set, great, full of loads and loads of pieces. It's just that last bit where it's like, that's not going to get a lot of use, but otherwise, torture chamber, so many cool bits that I think, you know, you could use these in you know, a jail, you could use some of these in a castle, and then just a lot of them in generic dungeons. And that's what a lot of these sets are good for. If you're just generic dungeoning, Dungeon Dressings, the original expansion Scatter Terrain kit, that was phenomenal. This, I think, just works with that so well to add awesomeness around your sort of scatter it around your dungeons. Anyway, that's the Town Watch and the, I forgot the name, Torture Chamber set. What do you think of these sets? Have you got them? Out of the two, the Torture Chamber is the best one for me. I don't know why they are slightly different blue colours, despite releasing at the exact same time and being sent to me at the same time. Just noticed that. But otherwise, they are both accessory sets for WarLock Tiles. Anyway, that's enough from me today. Check out the other reviews and news and stuff on the channel. There's also a fortnightly D&D show called Dragons Collective. Some people will talk about WarLock Tiles and all that, Dwarven Forge, as well as tips for players, DMs and all that jazz. And anyway, I'm Oliver East, signing out.